Welcome all of BSc second year students. Hope we have studied and seen by my videos which is to be posted on YouTube. Our paper number 6th, fish disease management. In these fish disease management, the next article is to be protozoan diseases, just we have seen last period. The first important protozoan disease, that is the itch spot or white spot, Ichthyopteris multifilus. Then second important protozoan disease, that is the costaisis, the parasite which is to be cause the disease in carp, catfishes and other fry and fingerlings in carp culture tanks, rivers, reservoirs or water bodies by a parasite, ectoparasite, that is the costaisis. This costaisis is the important protozoan disease which is to be seen in this period. Protozoan disease costaisis. The disease costaisis is caused by ectoparasite. This disease, these are to be caused due to the parasite. That parasite is to be ectoparasite. We have seen two types of parasite. These are to be caused the fish diseases. One is the ectoparasite. Those pathogens which is to be attack on the external part of the body of the animal and cause the disease. It is called as ectoparasite. And endoparasite, those parasite, these are to be attack, those are to be cause internal part of the body, and due to this internal part, these are to be affected by parasite. Internal part, these are to be damaged and fish becomes die, animal become die, that is called as the endoparasite. Costaisis is the ectoparasite which is to be cause the disease among the fish. It is causing due to flagellate protozoan parasite. Ectoparasite is a causing due to the flagellate protozoan parasite as Costea necatrix and Bodomonas ribe. Both these, Costea necatrix and Bodomonas ribe, these two are the protozoan parasite, ectoparasite. These flagellate ectoparasite, these are to be attack on the fish and these are to be cause the fish disease in major carps and catfishes. Both these parasite produce complaint in rohu, katla and mrigal. Both these parasites, these are to be produce the complaints in rohu, katla and mrigal. This disease is associated with the pond fishes living in a densely in water having low pH and poor conditions of food. When this disease or where this disease, these are to be occur, where this disease, these are to be caused, this disease, these are to be caused, this disease, these are to be affect, these are to be attacked. When those fishes, these are to be live, those fishes, these are to be found in water bodies in maximum density, densely area, where number of abundance of fishes, these are to be live, abundance of fishes, these are to be survive in such areas where density, these are to be more, where living density, these are to be abundance maximum. In that areas, these pathogens, these are to be affect, these are to be attacked. Why these are to be affect, why these are to be attacked? Because due to the more density, due to the high density of fish species, due to this pH is to be decreased, low pH and food condition or the required food, these are to be absent, these are to be scarcity, and when food and pH, these are to be lower, these are to be minimum, at that time this Costea necatrix and Bodomonas ribe, these are to be attack on the fish, that may be katla, rohu, mrigal or fry fingerlings. To these fry fingerlings of katla, rohu and mrigal, this parasite or these parasite, these are to be affected, these are to be cause the disease. The parasites attack fishes of all the age and live in large number on their skin, fins and gills. The parasite Bodomonas ribae and Costia necatrix, both these protozoan parasite, these are to be attacked, these are to be cause the disease in all age group of fishes. That may be fish is to be fry in stage, fish is to be fingerling in stage, fish is to be juveniles, or it is to be young ones, or it is to be adult. Any age of fish, this parasite, these are to be attacked. Large number of these parasite, these are to be affected, and due to the affection of affected areas where these are to be affected, these parasite, these are to be affected on skin, parasite, these are to be affected on fins, as well as parasite, these are to be affected on gills, means skin, fins and gills. In these areas, these part, these Costia necatrix and Bodomonas ribae, these are to be affected and cause the disease among the major carps as well as other fishes which is to be cultured in cultured ponds or tanks. Then see, in figure, this is the fish. On the body of these fish, a bluish film, bluish spot, these are to be observed, these are to be seen. Fish infected due to the Costia necatrix. On the body, the bluish spot, these are to be observed, these are to be seen. These bluish spot, these dots or these patches are nothing but the fish is to be severely affected on large manner. These are to be affected due to the parasite, that is Costia necatrix, which is to be seen, which is to be observed in this figure. Then what is the symptoms of this Costia necatrix? Symptoms of this Costia necatrix. Which are the symptoms of this Costia necatrix? First symptom, these are to be observed, these are to be seen. Symptoms characterizing the disease include appearance of grey blue film on the skin. First, when this parasite, when this pathogen, these are to be affected, these are to be attacked. Generally, these are to be affected on the skin, where a grey blue film, these are to be appear on the skin, and this grey blue film, these are to be turns red patches in severely affected fishes. When this grey blue film, these are to be increase in size, when this parasite, these are to be severely affected, large number of areas, these are to be covered, large part of fish, these are to be covered. Due to these parasite, these grey blue film, these are to be turns into red patches, and these red patches, these are to be covered, these are to be observed all over the body of the fish on skins. Second symptoms, fishes becomes weak due to these parasite, fishes becomes weak, lose appetite and finally die. Fishes become weak, lose appetite, feeding intensity, these are to be stopped, these are to be reduced. And when fish is to be lose their feeding intensity, minimum food taking capacity, these are to be done. Appetite, these are to be occur, slow movement, appetite, these are to be occur, less consumption of food. And when minimum food, these are to be consumed, low food, these are to be consumed, ultimately fish becomes weak due to the insufficient consumption of food. And when fish becomes weak, finally appetite, these are to be completely lose, no feeding intensity, these are to be done by fish, fry and fingerlings, and finally fish becomes die due to these Costia necatrix or Bodomonas ribae. Another symptoms, presence of bluish coating on the skin of fish and large amount of mucus, these are to be secreted. What is the symptoms? Presence of bluish coating on the skin due to the parasite, due to the pathogens on the skin of the fish. Bluish coating, these are to be occur, bluish coating, these are to be observed, and when this bluish coating subsequently, these are to be increased, subsequently these are to be growing, then large amount of mucus, these are to be secreted, and when large amount of mucus, these are to be secreted, energy is to be required for the mucus secretion. and consumption of food is to be less low, ultimately fish becomes weak and finally these are to be die. Other symptoms of this parasite has grew leading into the gullet. These parasites has grew leading into the gullets and bears 2 pairs of flagella. When this parasite first these are to be attack on the epidermis, then these are to be bores into the dermis, then in the dermis these are to be grew, these are to be consumption of muscles, consumption of flesh, and when these are to be consumed the flesh, then grew these are to be formed, grew these are to be occur, and among these grew the flagellate parasite these are to be observed, these are to be seen. Similarly, when this parasite these are to be grow into the intestine, grow into the alimentary canal, first epidermis, dermis, then these are to be enter into the alimentary tract, gullet tract, and when alimentary tract these are to be enter, again alimentary tract these are to be consumed, cells of this alimentary tract these are to be used as a food, and ultimately that part these are to be bore by this flagellate, and these are to be then attack other bacteria, other fungi or other pathogens, and ultimately due to the appetite lose condition fish becomes die, these are to be dead. This parasite these are the flagellate parasite, these are to be seen, these are to be observed. See, this is another infected fish, blue film due to Costia necatrix on body of fish. On the body of fish the arrow is to be seen, and in these fish where the arrow is to be seen a bluish coating these are to be occur. When this bluish coating these are to be occur on the skin, this bluish coating these are to be subsequently increase in size and consume the epidermis and dermis cells, and ultimately finally these are to be enter into the body, finally these are to be enter into the visceral organs or the alimentary tract, and where the alimentary tract or the visceral organ these are to be consumed by this parasite and fish becomes die, these are to be dead. See, this is the flagellate parasite Costia necatrix. These Costia necatrix, the body is to be oval or it is to be spindle shaped, 2 flagella, flagellate structure these are to be appear, and these 2 flagellate structure, these 2 flagellate appearance these are to be seen. This is the symptoms when we have seen externally on the skin of the body of the fish, flagella or the fine hair like structure these are to be observed, then it is to be caused due to the Costia necatrix. First these are to be bore into the epidermis, then these are to be enter into the dermis, and finally these are to be reach into the alimentary canal, and alimentary part these are to be consumed, utilized cells, and ultimately these pathogens these are to be fall down and in search of new host, these are to be searching to the new host to attack a severe cases, severe condition among the fish culture tanks, fish culture water bodies, that is the Costia necatrix. These are to be seen, these are to be from the Bauer et al. 1973, these are to be discovered. This Costia necatrix is the flagellate, 2 flagellate parasite these are to be observed, these are to be seen, which is to be shown in this slide. Then what is the treatment to cure, or which is the treatment to cure these protozoan disease, this Costia necatrix? Disease these are to be occur in ponds, lakes, tanks, but how this disease these are to be lowering, how this disease these are to be minimized, or the disease these are to be lowering the risk of fish crop and increase the crop yield. That is why treatment these are to be done, treatment these are to be most essential to minimize, to lower the protozoan parasite effect or its efficiency. The first treatment these are to be seen, these are to be we have studied. See here, treatment is to be done by keeping fishes for 10 minutes in either 3% common salt solution or in 1:2500 formalin solution is most recommended or beneficial. What is the first treatment? Those fishes these are to be infected, those fishes these are to be severely affected in ponds, lakes or the culture water bodies, these fishes these are to be keep into 10 minutes in common salt solution which have 3% common salt, 3% common salt solution, these are to be deep up to 10 minutes, and then after these are to be removed. It is to be good, it is to be more recommended to lose the parasite to fall the parasite. Then also suppose this treatment these are to be not properly performed, then use 1:2500 formalin solution, 1 part of water and 2500 part of formalin solution. These are to be mixed, these are to be mixing into the water and use, and among these solution 10 minutes fishes, these are to be deep, these are to be keep up to 10 minutes. Then these parasite these are to be fall down, these are to be removed. When formalin these are to be affect, these are to be attack on the parasite body or the parasite. Second treatment, overcrowding of fishes is avoided. Those fishes, those culture ponds, culture tanks in which fishes can be cultured, in such cultured pond, culture tank, overcrowding of seed is to be released. It is to be not done. Means overcrowding is to be avoided. Minimum quantity of seed these are to be released. Minimum quantity of fish these are to be stored in culture tanks, culture pond. For more production, for better production, better yield, we have generally stored the large amount of seed in ponds, tanks. What is the condition? These are to be occur when we have release the large quantities of seed as compared to its capacity, then it cause the cholestasis or it cause the Pseudomonas ribae, and this protozoan disease these are to be affected. Means due to the overcrowding, pH is to be lower. When pH is to be lower, food scarcity these are to be observed, and due to this food scarcity and lower pH, this parasite these are to be affect fry, fingerlings and other Catella, labio and myrgle. That is why overcrowding of fishes these are to be avoided. pH of water is to be checked regularly. When we have cultured these fishes in these culture tanks, culture ponds, regularly food status and pH status is to be checked, these are to be maintained. Suppose food status and pH status is to be not regularly maintained, not regularly checked, this disease these are to be attacked and our crop will be destroyed, these are to be lost. That is why overcrowding and regular pH is to be checked, regular pH these are to be checking. Another treatment, 1:5% solution of acetic acid is also very effective to killing this parasite. To kill this parasite, to kill this protozoan parasites or the Costia necatrix and Pseudomonas ribae, 1:500 solution of acetic acid. This acetic acid these are to be most effective to kill the parasite, to kill the pathogens, and when this 1:500 solution of acetic acid these are to be used, taken, and among these solution fishes these are to be kept for 5 to 10 minutes, then immediately this parasite either these are to be fall down or these are to be killed down, and once these are to be killing down, no parasite, no pathogen these are to be further affected, further attack on the fry and fingerlings of these cultured fishes, cultured tank fishes. That is the treatment these are to be done, these are to be seen. See another figure. In this figure fishes these are to be observed, these are to be seen. Among these, that is Costia necatrix, these are to be affected, these are to be found. On this in green circle a spot these are to be covered, a spot these are to be appear, and this spot these are to be increased subsequently and cause the disease. That is why to control this protozoan disease, to minimize this protozoan disease, we can use either formalin solution, we can use either common salt solution, or either we can use the other different solutions, other different chemicals to control this Costia necatrix as well as the Pseudomonas ribae, or better way to maintain regular pH and food status. Regular supplementary food these are to be provided, then fish do not hunger, and when pH and food these are to be maintained, this Costia necatrix these are to be lower, these are to be maintained. With this we have completed protozoan diseases, that is first white spot or itch disease, or it is also called as Ichthyophthis multifilus, and second important disease protozoan disease, that is the Costiasis or the Costiasis is to be caused due to the parasite Costia necatrix and the Costia, that is Bodomonas rebe. These Costia necatrix, these are the flagellate parasite. Two flagella these are to be observed, these are to be hanging on the epidermis or the dermis region. Observe this carefully and seen, and then we can conclude that the fish is to be affected due to Costia necatrix protozoan parasite. To control, we can use either formalin, to control acetic acid, to control pH, or to control other different solutions, that may be common salt, that may be acetic acid. These are to be used and control the Costia necatrix. Up to here we have seen the protozoan disease. Thank you. Any problem, any difficulties, please ask anywhere, anytime. Again, thank you, and please carefully see the video and perform the notes on PPTs. Okay.